Today on In the Woodyard, we're going to get another load of cherry. Here we go. So today we're heading over to my new best friend Adam's place, and he's got a lot of cherry left. I figure there's at least 2 more loads. I already got 2, there's probably 2 more. And for those of you that haven't watched before, this is a guy that watches the channel and kind of has a little homestead type thing going on, but he's selling his place and they're moving out to another state, and he's got a lot of wood that he wants to sell and make some money on because he did all the work on it, and the people that are buying it don't necessarily want all the wood he's got. He's got a lot of wood, so he's selling it, and he's at a price where it's really good for me to buy, and he's making some money on it. I can resell it, make some money, so we're both happy. So that's pretty cool. And I was out of cherry. The first load I actually got from him, sold it all already. So then I went the other day and I got a full load, and today we're going to get another one. And it warmed up a lot since then. Today I think it's, I don't know, 35 degrees. It's kind of sprinkling out. Supposed to be in the upper 30s to low 40s for the next 2 weeks, which is really weird because normally this time of year it's below 0. It's nasty. And it would actually be nice if it was cold because everything we have is turning to slop now. It's basically, I think we're going to have 3 months of spring by the looks of it. And we like frozen ground to work on, but that's not the case. So I got the trailer hooked up. We're going to go load it up. Now, something happened in the comments that people were asking me about. Well, two things in the comments about the last load I got. Number one is people are saying, Chris, how come you don't load up your truck bed at the same time you're loading up the trailer to bring it back? Well, they have these little things called laws, weight limits, and if I was to load up my trailer as full as I can, like I do, I'm close to the limit as far as what my truck can handle, as far as legally. Yes, I could fill up the bed, heap it up, stack it, get the truck right down to the bump stops and go down the road like this. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I want my truck to last. I got 242,000 miles on it. I've had it 9 years. I use it every day for hauling. I want it to last as long as possible, and I don't want to break stuff. For those of you that think you got to max everything out to as much as possible, no, I'm not that guy. I want to keep things pretty reasonable. It's working the way it is. I'm going to keep doing this. If I leave a few sticks behind and I got to go back for another load, it's not that big a deal. So that was one thing that came up. A lot of guys said, well, you need to load the bed up too. You need to be driving to the sky. Load that puppy up. No, I'm not going to do that. It's just a half ton. My limit is 9,900 pounds that I can haul legally. And I really don't want to get pulled over for having an illegal load. Plus, I want my truck to actually keep working, so I don't want to break stuff. Now, the other comment that came up came from Bert. So he's at work pretending to work apparently, and he made a comment on the last load they did. He says, hey, Chris, he says, next load, instead of throwing it into the bin, which is what I've been doing, the first 2 loads, he says, why don't you just dump it on the concrete slab, and we'll use the tractor or the skid steer, scoop it up and then dump it in the bin. Well, that's where it pays to have friends that are smarter than you. So I said, good idea. Good thing one of us is smart. So he's all about working smarter, not harder. So that's a great idea. So that's what we're gonna do. So when I get back today, we're just gonna dump it out here. We'll scoop it up and then dump it into the bin later. Now, when I hand unloaded it the other day, I think it took me right around a half hour, might have been like 35 minutes to chuck it all off by hand. I took the top layer off standing in the trailer till I got down to the bottom. When I got to where I was bending over a lot, then I tipped the trailer up and I grabbed it from the end and through it. And it took me a little over half an hour, which I don't mind the exercise, but we'll see. So if I dump it and then we scoop it with the tractor, we'll see. You know, we might save 15 minutes because it's going to take some time to scoop it up, drive it over there, dump it in, come back. It's probably gonna take 10 minutes minimum. So maybe we'll cut my time in half. We'll see what happens. Well, let's go get a load right now.
Let's see if we do a little like...
oh, get some of it. Yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe clear some of it off.
I don't know, it might just do what it did last time, but...
Well, I think the problem is this edge right here. Yeah. This edge catches is what happens.
And if we just get like 50 or 60%, then I could just go up and just like do what we did last time and just undo the... Actually, some of this doesn't look like it's cherry.
That's okay.
Like,
it'll burn.
I would say 90% looks cherry, but then there's this thing like ash maybe.
There's some ash, yep. That's okay.
Must have been the last bit I had. All right, let's give this a shot, Chris.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then you know.
It's gotta help.
If it doesn't,
It's gotta help.
It took 2 seconds.
Yeah. Today Bert made a comment because he saw the first video we did from the last one. He says, hey, how about the next load you get, you just dump it on the concrete and then we scoop it up off of there and dump it in the bin. I said, hey, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I know people talk about doing that way. The only downfall is they would say you get way more crud in there. Yeah, but if you're hand throwing it back out, then all that crud probably is.
Yeah, you're always going to get debris, so it's no big deal. Well, I thought that was a good idea because there'll be a lot less chucking.
Yeah.
So we're going to try that with this load. Well, he's a machinist, and he's a lifelong farmer, so he's always thinking.
I know. I kind of wish I grew up with that lifestyle. I know it's not all peaches and cream, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would have learned a lot of the stuff I did learn
The hard way.
Oh, you're not going to use that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be
well,
all right.
That's okay. The middle one's caught.
Yeah. Yeah, the farmers, they know so much stuff like MacGyver stuff that you're just like, oh, I would have never.
Well, it's just another brain that has a different view or experience things. So yeah, having another opinion is always good, even if it's wrong.
Especially if they like have that mechanical view on it.
Absolutely.
Like last time that worked pretty good, so maybe we'll just do what we did last time, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
At least if it gets started.
Yep, it's a good start.
My wife made me pancakes so we could have the syrup.
See what?
My wife made me pancakes so I could have the syrup.
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
Oh, good. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, this is definitely not cherry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that one was like oversized though, and I don't want you guys.
Okay. It all burned.
Yeah.
It all burned.
Okay, that's probably a good start.
Well, that's how it is. Every time you do something, you get a little better at it.
Yeah. I didn't hit your trailer. And
oh, no.
Get to the other side, or you got it?
I'll just throw it like this. Get it done. Yeah, it's like springtime out here with this rain and all the slop. Yeah, just flip that over and give it a few cranks. Just get it so it's snug. That's good. So there we got the wood in. the trailer. The tarp is on, and he's got a whole big pile back here yet. Lots more wood, and there's at least 2 more loads maybe.
Yeah, probably about that.
So anyway, this is Adam. Next time I come back, he's gonna tell us about his firewood production here. So that'll be on the, not next video, but next time I come back, we'll get another load and we'll talk firewood. So that'll happen next time. Right now I'm heading back to the Woodyard, so
Good night,
next time. Yeah, there you go. Look at that, empty trailer, wood on the ground. Now, I dumped it here because Bert had the idea, because he's smarter than me. We dump it on the concrete here, we scoop it up at the buckets, we go dump it in the bin instead of hand transporting it like we do a lot of times when I put stuff in the bin. So this should work out. Obviously it's raining out, it's all wet, but the wood will dry, and a lot of people panicking, oh no, the wood is wet. Well, yeah, it's raining, that happens. This wood is 3 years old, where this came from Adam's place. All the wood that I have is dry and ready to burn, but it does have some rain on it. And I just talked to a guy, I've got to do delivery right after this, and I just wanted him to know that I'm going to be delivering the wood, and I'm backing into his garage, and we're going to put it, I'm going to throw it in a pile, and he's going to stack it. And I said, just so you know, the wood is going to be wet, because it is raining on it. And I said, but it is dry and ready to burn. It's just that there's surface moisture on it, and it will dry up within a couple days. And he said, oh yeah. He said, I know that. That's not a problem. He said, I realize it's raining. He says, we're just glad to have the wood. And he said, I know if I get a fire going, I can get it to dry and it'll still burn. I said, good. That's good to hear. So anyway, there is the cherry. I'm going to go back, get a couple more loads yet from Adam. Like I said, we talked a little bit there. Next time I go back, we're going to interview him and talk about his education and his progression and his journey with firewood, because he's only been doing firewood for a few years. He had never done it before, so kind of interesting. He said he watched the channel, learned a lot, watched other guys and trial and error, and he kind of learned a whole bunch of stuff. So it'll be kind of cool to hear someone's perspective that has gone through the firewood growth and journey like he has. Okay, so now we're gonna go load up the truck and we're gonna go do a delivery. Okay, so now I'm gonna go disconnect the big trailer, put on the baby trailer, the baby dumper, and we're gonna throw a face cord or a 1/3 of a cord or a rick or a rink or a row into it, and we're gonna go dump that. So that's what's gonna happen next. All right, so I just backed up the truck, hooked up the baby dumper, and I am backed up to this pile of wood back here that is mostly hard maple. And I'm thinking this guy wanted mixed hardwood. I think he's gonna get hard maple. And the reason is, it is getting so soft everywhere. Because I had to back the truck up. You can see here how muddy this is getting. Just right here, it's getting to be like this. Because it's been raining all day. The frost is going out, which is terrible. We actually want the ground to be frozen. And it's just mushy everywhere. So my next hardwood is actually way back in that far bin back there. And my trailer was parked right here, so I'm just gonna throw this in. He's gonna get hard maple, which there might be a little bit of ironwood in there, and there might be a little bit of ash in there, but it's mostly hard maple, so that's what he's gonna get, and he will be happy. So I'm okay with that, because it's all the same price anyway. But I'm gonna load it up, and then we're gonna go do a delivery. I'm gonna back into the guy's garage and dump it off. So that's what's happening. Delivery time. So I helped this young lady stack the firewood, which I've done in the past, and we put it in a rack, and it measures 6 feet wide, 7 feet high, 42 square feet. and in a face cord, it's 32 square feet. Yes, I know, cubic feet. Everybody says that. But they're 16-inch pieces. We know how much is there. She got extra wood. She's happy. 10 extra square feet.